Good morning. Thank you very much for joining me today. So this is actually pre-recorded because I couldn't do the live webinar this week. I had a hernia operation and was feeling a little bit rough still. I thought I was going to be able to make it, but I hadn't quite recovered in the way that I had hoped, and so that I can give you some enthusiasm and gusto and normal sort of YBA spirit. So I'm going to share my screen with you and let's rock and roll. Hopefully this will be the right screen. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the Good Sleep Guide. Now, this is all around launching a new campaign or launching a new Google Ads account and understanding the sorts of things that crop up and the things to look out for so that you can sleep well at night. Because ultimately, Google Ads is a live bidding auction platform. That's how it works. So we need to be aware of the things that can come up, and this is a totally new thing. So with the moving on to the next screen, there we go. So with Google Ads, so you will have done lots of work behind the scenes to get things going. So we're talking about either a new Google Ads account or potentially a new campaign that you're building within your Google Ads account. So when you're doing this, there's a number of different things that you will have had to prepare. You've done lots and lots of groundwork before you press the button to go. So I'll just run through these, but these are the things that we have covered in previous webinars. So firstly, it's about having clear goals and objectives. We need to understand, what is it that we're trying to achieve here? Are we trying to gather more sales inquiries? Are we trying to have more brand awareness locally? From an advertising perspective, what is it that you're trying to achieve? So we'll have spent some time figuring that out. Now, the clear goals and objectives could be a cost per lead that you're trying to achieve. It could be the number of inquiries that you're trying to achieve, but we need to have some clear goals of what we're trying to get out of this from our new campaign or our new account. Also, we will have done some keyword analysis and keyword research to look at what kind of keywords we want to be bidding on for the campaigns or the account that you're looking to launch. So those, for example, in storage might be self-storage near me, self-storage St Albans, or removals companies near me, house removals, office removals, etc. So we'll need to be able to be advertising on the keywords that are fit to get you new sales leads and inquiries for the type of inquiry that you want, whether it be commercial, whether it be residential, whether it be storage, whether it be removals. So some work has got to be done into the keywords that you're bidding on, and the structure that you've got in your Google Ads account around those keywords. Then thinking along the lines of the ad copy, it's really important that the ad copy is interesting enough so that somebody will click on your ad. So when you have ads showing, there's usually about three or four advertisers when you do a search. So your job is to try and get somebody to click on your ad as opposed to somebody else's. So the ad copy, the words that you use, need to be engaging, interesting. And on to my next point there about competitor gap analysis. Well, we need to understand, what is it that your competitors locally are saying. They may be cheaper. That might be something you don't want to compete on. Cheaper. They might have a less number of reviews on their website. It might be that they cover a different area, or that you've been in business longer than them. So we need to understand, what is it that they're saying in their ads so that you can compete and try and gain that visibility. Also, you will have done work around your tracking to make sure that your Google Ads tracking is accurate in your account, and therefore being able to show you the performance and what is actually generating. So we're tracking phone calls, we're tracking people filling out a form, we're tracking live chat. So that is set up correctly. The other thing is that it's compliant. So there's new things coming out all the time from Google. And the latest one is this consent mode V3. No, sorry, V2. So we need to have a consent mode platform set up on the website and things like that. So that's all set up. Budget. Have a good idea of what you want to spend per month as a maximum so that you are controlled, you've got a budget in mind, and therefore you're not going to go over budget and spend money that you don't want to be, because you can lift the lid and spend lots of money. But with the right kind of keywords, you will be restricted somewhat by the amount of people are searching for removals or storage in your local area. Then we need to have some KPI goals, so key performance indicator goals. You want to be looking at things like the click-through rate or the conversion rate or the cost per lead. So whatever it is that's related to that clear goals and objectives that we said right at the beginning, you need to have those KPI goals that link in and are related to those. And from there, have a good dashboard. So you could use Google Ads, you can go into Google Ads, or alternatively, you can have a dashboard. For our clients, we have a dashboard where they can see how much they've spent, how many inquiries they've got, whether it be phone call or filling out a form, the cost per lead, the cost per, the search impression share. So there's a number of different things that you can have on your dashboard that are really helpful to see performance and see that it's going in the right direction. So let's assume you've done all of that work and you're ready to push the button. You're all excited, ready to go. So let's look at the first 2 weeks. Now, what happens in the first 2 weeks is we have some excitement and some hesitancy. And when you press go on a campaign, it's not always going to go, woo, lots of leads, lots of inquiries coming through. It's not all these kind of rainbows and unicorns. It can be, for some clients where we've launched it, they've gone, oh my gosh, the phone hasn't stopped ringing. That can be the case, but often it takes time to build up. So initially there's fluctuations. Google is trying to understand about your business. It's trying to understand what the landing page is like. So there will be some initial fluctuations. And so, ultimately it's a live bidding auction. And therefore Google is learning. It's in this learning phase where it's learning about your bidding. It's learning about, what bidding strategies you're using. You have no proven track record, so it's just learning lots of things. It's in this kind of, it's very much around AI, it's around machine learning. So be patient. The first couple of weeks and the first few weeks, be patient. What we typically do with our clients is we have a 2-week review. So that's the first point at which we will talk from being launched, because there's no point in talking before then, because there's, we need to just let it do what it needs to do. So to speak out any sooner is really kind of speaking too soon. So today we're going to review the common questions and concerns that come as part of this after this 2-week period. So then what we need to be doing is looking at, this is one of the things that happens is day one. Why isn't my phone ringing? What's going on? So to explain this a little bit further, perhaps you may have some experience with Facebook ads, or if you don't, I can explain it around Facebook ads. So with Facebook ads, the pace of change with a campaign is somewhat breathtaking. It's really fast, and often you can find answers within a couple of hours, and you can kill an advertising campaign and change things very, very rapidly. Now, Google Ads, by comparison, might be surprising to know this, that it's actually by comparison, it's quite sedate. So the world of Google Ads is a little bit slower. It takes weeks to mature, and to start to gather momentum, and then months really to sort of optimize based on the data that it's gathering and the changes that you can then make. But you can't make changes really, really quickly, because we need to gather the data, we need to gather the momentum. So, I said there that if it was that easy, everybody would be nailing it and everybody would be getting things coming through really, really rapidly. But the sorts of reasons why is that, you know, there's several factors that impact things, like your budget that you're spending. It could be the targeting that you've got in your Google Ads account. So that is the sort of thing that can really impact. So the ad quality, the competitiveness of it, you know, a number of these different factors will indicate performance, also will impact performance, and will impact performance in the first few days, first few weeks after launching. But then, you know, you can get more significant results once we get more website traffic, once more leads come through, so that you can then optimize and change things based on the learnings that you've got. So it's really important that we have a real mindset shift, that we understand that patience is really important here, and we need to consistently monitor and tweak things as they go. Now, another aspect that comes up is about once you launch a campaign, well, I'm not getting impressions or I'm not getting clicks. Well, again, this kind of leans into the fact that Google is in its learning mode. It's understanding what makes things different, what you know, what changes need to be made. So there's a couple of things here. It's quality score. So quality score is based on factors like expected click-through rate. It's on things like the ad relevance, the landing page, and we need to be able to make sure that these build over time, and but it does impact your ads visibility. So your cost per click, your ad visibility will be, you know, impacted by the quality score. So improving this quality score through things like ad relevancy and the landing page will help to increase those impressions and clicks. By the way, impressions are the amount of times that your ad is shown to somebody, and then a click is obviously how often that they click on it. So the other thing that can impact it is low ad rank. So your ads might not be shown because they have a low ad rank, and that's determined by things like the bid amount, how much you bid, and the strategies that you use on that. Also your ad quality. So this includes relevancy about the click-through rate, and relevancy to the ad copy as well. And the third thing that impacts ad rank is your ad extensions. So making sure that you have the ad extensions set up in your campaigns. So you have a couple of lines of ad copy at the top, and then you have your extensions, which are the blue clickable links underneath your ad. So this could be your address, it could be your telephone number, it could be something related to a page on your website. So the ad extensions impact on the ad rank as well. And then lastly, obviously, the selection of the keywords that you've got. So these may be too broad, they may be too narrow, they may not be relevant to your target audience. So selecting the right kind of keywords is going to be really important in getting the traction for your ads and getting those working really well too. We look also at the not spending. So you've got your ad account working and you've got your campaigns live, but you find that your account is not spending its budget. Now, we never spend money for the sake of it, of spending budget. So typically, if you're not spending your budget, it's either due to search volume, which is low, or your targeting being too narrow too. So there's impacts there. And it means that Google can't find the people that you're looking for, and you can't spend your money, can't, you know, get people clicking onto your ads. So the targeting is quite narrow. That could be an impact as well. So then what you need to be doing is exploring new strategies and new ways to be able to spend your money. And that could be by widening out the keywords, or it could be widening out the location targeting as well. So that will help you sort of build up that ad spend. Okay, now we are coming onto a really big point that is when you're doing your Google ads is about not searching for your own ads. Please stop searching for your own ads. The reason for this is that Google, if you start searching and you're not clicking on your ads, Google feels that the ads are not relevant and then will be less likely to show your ads. And so that, you know, that's not a great place to be. And also what happens is you will then have a lower quality score, you will have a poorer ad rank. And what you need to then do to be able to start seeing your ads is to have your bids increased. Now, we don't want to be doing that. So the moral here is do not click on your ads, or the learning here is please do not click on your ads. Do not search for your ads. So the way to go around this is to use an incognito window, which is basically meaning that Google doesn't then know your IP address. It doesn't know who you are, so it won't affect your ads in that way. So if you're going to search for your ads, and that is really, really important to you, then do it under an incognito window. If you repeatedly search for your ads and they show and you don't click on your ad, you're effectively telling Google that your ad is not relevant. So in return, you then have to bid more, and ultimately it just hurts. It hurts your campaign performance. Now, the other part that I wanted to share with you is about consistency. So what we need to be doing is ensuring that we, you know, that we're getting consistency. And sometimes your ads and your leads are going to be inconsistent. Unless you're spending thousands of pounds, then you're likely that you're not going to get leads every single day. You might do, but the point here is about the trends that matter, and making sure that we are allowing the trends to happen and not making, not looking at daily fluctuations. So if you're not getting in leads consistently, that could be, it's normal. That is what happens, because performance can fluctuate, and you don't need to be alarmed that that is the case. So the sorts of things that impact on the inconsistency of leads is things like weather, the impact of weather, the impact of potentially local competition. Going back to weather, if it's a nice, lovely, sunny day, then people are less likely to be on Google doing their chores, finding removals, finding storage. So that can impact things. Competition locally as well. They may come up with a special offer locally, and therefore that impacts on your performance of your Google ads. Holiday time can be another impact as well. If it's a bank holiday, or if it's the August bank holiday, or August time, sorry. These things impact on performance, and then external factors too. So there's a number of things that will impact the consistency of your leads. So this then brings me on to my next point, which is about no knee-jerk reactions. Now, because of this, we don't want to be making changes to our Google Ads account just after one day of changes to the results, 1 day or 2 days. We need to be looking for trends. So we don't want any knee-jerk reactions, because they can destroy account performance. It's like having a bad day yourself. Let's say you step into a puddle one day, that does not mean that you're going to cut your foot off. If you repeatedly go in the puddle and do that, then potentially, yes, you need to do something with your foot or your vision, get your eyes tested. But just by going through the puddle one day, no, we don't need to be making any rash decisions. So the point around Google Ads is around the sort of gently massaging and improving things, not having knee-jerk reactions, because Google will not like it, and that's not working in your best interest. So look for statistically significant data and trends that need addressing, rather than a daily impact. So the takeaways from today is firstly, the first 2 weeks, just be patient, sit back, relax, and then start to see what's going on. But don't make any major changes in the first 2 weeks and month. And following those first 2 weeks. So look out for trends. Make sure that you're not making knee-jerk reactions to things that happen on a daily basis. Don't keep looking for your ads, because it will impact on performance. So please do use an incognito window, so that Google doesn't actually know your IP address and can't recognize you. Really think about your goals to make sure that the data that you're looking at are in relation to the goals that you're trying to achieve. And yeah, repeatedly, no knee-jerk reactions. Google works with the machine learning, and we need to work with the machine learning and not make these sort of knee-jerk reactions. So hopefully today has given you an insight into the sorts of things to be aware of when you're doing your Google Ads account or campaigns and launching them for the first time. But if you've got any questions, I'm here to help. So please do email us. If you'd like us to review your account and have a look at it for you and give you some insights as to why it may not be working so well as you'd expected, please do take a picture of that and go to our website and get in touch with us, and we'd be delighted to give you a hand. So have a great week, have a great month, and I will speak to you very soon.